Hey everybody, Joe here with Intentional Retirement. I've helped tons of people transition into retirement over the years, and when I ask a new retiree how things are going, the response is generally positive. That said, retirement is a huge transition and there are always unexpected feelings or emotions that crop up. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's something wrong with that person's retirement, it just means that they're a normal human being. So don't be surprised if you feel one or more of the following. The first unexpected emotion is guilt. This is surprisingly common, and I've seen it manifest itself in two ways. The first is guilt if you're not doing much or making the most of your time. In other words, you finally have some free time and you struggle with how to use it. For this first type of guilt, don't worry, you'll get better at it. You control a much bigger piece of your time in retirement, and that takes some getting used to. Work hard to do things that leave you feeling happy and fulfilled, but keep in mind that not every minute of your day has to be spent doing things like bungee jumping or traveling. The second type of guilt is when you're doing fun stuff that your friends and family aren't doing because they're still working. I've actually had clients hesitate before responding to me when I ask, "What did you do today?" The answer could be something like, "I went golfing," or "We saw a matinee and then we went for a walk," but they're hesitant to say that because they know I spent my day behind a desk. When prodded, they say they don't want to make others feel bad or come across as boastful. For this type of guilt, just allow it to pass. Don't become an insufferable braggart, but don't feel guilty about enjoying your life either. You worked hard, you made good decisions, so enjoy your time. So the first unexpected emotion is guilt. The second is second-guessing your retirement decision. Buyer's remorse is a real thing. Chances are you felt it if you've ever bought a house or had to make some similar big decision and feared making the wrong choice. It can creep up after retirement as well and cause you to question whether you should have retired in the first place. I have a client who was dealing with this at one point, and she shared something that I thought was really insightful. She said, "Whenever I second guess my decision, I focus on why I retired in the first place." You see, her choice would have been to work for 5 more years, but two things happened. Her mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and her grandkids were all at an age when hanging out with grandma was just about the best thing ever. If she had stuck to her timeline and worked for 5 more years, there's a pretty good chance that her mom would no longer be around and her, by then, teenage grandkids would have priorities other than grandma. In other words, she gave something up, but she got something far greater in return. There are pros and cons with most decisions in life, and retirement is no different. Keep that in mind. The third unexpected emotion is disappointment. Most of us have an idealized view of retirement. Add years of anticipation to the mix or a personality that enjoys the structure and challenge of work, and it's not uncommon to feel a bit underwhelmed after entering retirement. The best way to avoid disappointment is to retire to something rather than from something. If all you do is subtract things like work, obligations, and commitments, you create a void in your life. That void can open you to self-doubt, regret, lack of purpose, and boredom. If you take something out, you need to replace it with something else. The goal is not to do nothing, that just creates the void. The goal is to do what excites you. So if you're already in retirement or transitioning into it in the near future, keep those unexpected emotions and how to deal with them in mind. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, and you'd like to see more videos on how to live a secure, meaningful retirement, be sure to hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, and as always, be intentional.